What's up guys, my name is Iron Knight and welcome back to my channel. In this video we're going to see two very intimidating birds go at it. Today in the Pokemon Battle series, it is going to be staraptor versus braviary. Before we get this video started, here are just some rules that I need to go over. So there will be 8 categories, those are which are listed on the screen. After that, and the one with the most points wins the battle. We'll be comparing them in each of these categories. Before I get the video started, I just want to give a shout out to Gnarly who drew for this amazing Braviary versus Staraptor art. So thank you, brother, for watching this. I love you. So let's get this video started. Next up are stats, starting with Staraptor. Staraptor has a base stat of 485 with amazing speed and solid and monstrous attack, but has poor defenses and a bad special attack. So overall, Staraptor does have solid stats. Next up is Braviary, who has a base stat total of 510. So yeah, Braviary has amazing attack, solid speed, solid defenses, and terrible special attack. So, as you can see, as we saw, Staraptor's stats are better than Braviary's. Staraptor having a better base stat means that Staraptor gets this point. So, Staraptor gets the first point. Next up is design. In overall design, I'm going to give both of them a point. I think both their designs are amazing. I think the Pokemon Company, Game Freak, and basically whoever worked on these, Pokemon Company did an amazing job on their designs. I'm really a big fan of both of their designs. So both of them get a point here. Staraptor is still in the lead. Next up is typing. Now both of them do have the same typing, so they basically have the same resistances. Both of them have an immunity to Ghost. Both of them are weak to Electric, Ice, and Rock, and take neutral damage, and are also immune to Ground. So yeah, both of them have the same typing, so same resistances, same offenses. So both of them get a point. Next up is offense. For offense, Braviary can only really hit fighting types for super effective damage, while the others, it can't really do much. Same goes for Staraptor. Staraptor can also only hit... Braviary can also hit grass, bug, and fighting types for super effective damage. Staraptor does so both of them get another point in the offensive section. Staraptor still has the advantage. It's defenses. Both of them have the same defenses, so that's another. Next up is resistances. Both of them resist grass and bug, and of course have 2 immunities each, so yeah, that was a tie. So as you saw, Staraptor is still in the lead with 4 points, and Braviary with 3 points. Next up is move pool. Starting with Braviary. Braviary has solid moves. It gets Hone Claws, which is a really good boosting move for it. Then it gets Aerial Ace and Wing Attack and Sky Attack, which is amazing. Then it also gets Crush Claw, which is a solid attack. It gets Air Slash, which though isn't the best, it's a solid move. Then it gets Thrash at level 72, which is amazing, as I said. As for its... so yeah, it has a solid move pool. Next up is obviously Staraptor. Staraptor has an amazing move pool. Staraptor also gets Wing Attack, but gets Double Team, Whirlwind, Aerial Ace, Takedown, Agility, Brave Bird, and Final Gambit. As we saw, Staraptor is just an amazing freaking Pokemon. And it does get a amazing Final Gambit move, which is amazing, and it does get solid attacks. And if you look, you can see that Staraptor's only flying type move is Wing Attack and Aerial Ace, which are both solid moves. Whereas Braviary, you're getting a lot more flying type coverage, which in my opinion is plus. Braviary can actually take advantage of its normal type, whereas Staraptor cannot. Staraptor does not get any normal type. Staraptor does not get any level up. It does not get any normal type moves. The only normal type move it gets is Takedown and Endeavor, which are Endeavor, though it's a solid move. Takedown does recoil damage and isn't even 100% accurate. So, and you know what they say, kids, if it's not 100% accurate, it's 50% accurate. So, yeah. At this point, I'm going to go with Braviary. Next up is coverage, starting with Braviary. Starting with Staraptor. Staraptor gets close combat, which is, as I said, an amazing, which allows it to take down steel, rock, and ice types, two of its three weaknesses. Then it has, which, now I'm not counting egg moves because I feel like they're a pain to get, so we're not counting that. You have TM moveset, so it gets acrobatics, which is a solid flying type move. It also gets thief, which is good, dark cover. Then it gets U-turn to switch out, things get dicey. Then it gets Tailwind to support his team. It gets Heat Wave as well, which is okay. It gets Giga Impact, which is also really good. It gets Hyper Beam, it gets Brave Bird, it gets Close Comp, and obviously it gets Terra Blast. So overall, it has a solid move pool. It gets a solid amount of moves. It doesn't have anything too special, but I do like its overall move pool, and I think it's a pretty solid coverage in my opinion. Next up is Braviary. Braviary doesn't really get a lot of coverage moves. Braviary gets Braviary gets Acrobatics, Facade, Aerial Ace, and Metal Claw as its coverage for steel types and ice and rock types. Then it gets Zen Headbutt, which is solid coverage. Then it gets Shadow Claw. It also gets Bulk Up to boost its defense and attack. It gets Body Slam, which is solid. It gets Rock Slide, Fly, Iron Head, Tailwind, Heat Wave, Helping Hand, Reversal, Giga Impact, Brave Bird, Close Combat. Now, if we look at both of the moveset sides, I'm going to give the point to Braviary. Braviary just has a little bit more going for it. Staraptor's move pool isn't bad, but Braviary gets more coverage moves, whereas Staraptor's only real good coverage move is Close Combat, and then it gets U-turn to pivot out. But in my opinion, Braviary just gets better coverage move. It gets Metal Claw, it gets Rock Tomb, it gets Zen Headbutt, it gets U-turn, Shadow Claw, it gets Rock Slide, it gets Iron Head, it gets Heat Wave, it gets Reversal, it gets Hurricane, plus it gets a lot more physical moves, which is very helpful because Braviary is a physical attacker. So this point goes to is viability. How good are they in their home region? Starting with Staraptor. Staraptor is by far one of the best flyers in Sinnoh, as no Pokemon even come close to beating it. Its amazing move pool and the fact that you can get it so early makes it one of the best flying type Pokemon ever to exist. And it's definitely one of my favorite regional birds of all time. And it's pretty dang strong. It can hit Gardenia for super effective damage, and after getting close combat, it can take out steel and rock types. Plus, it's just a really amazing Pokemon. And it's definitely one of the best Pokemon to use in a Sinnoh playthrough, and I'm pretty sure you guys have probably used Staraptor at some point in your Sinnoh playthrough, as it's just such an amazing and such a fun Pokemon to use, and I have personal experience using one as well. Is Braviary. Now, unlike Staraptor, Braviary isn't very broken, however, it's a solid flying type candidate. Now, in Black and White, you can't really get it because you get it way too late, and it levels up at level 54, which is really annoying. However, it does get solid abilities. However, Black to White 2, you actually get a Braviary with its hidden ability, Defiant, which is a really amazing ability. It's a really strong ability, and it gets amazing move pool. It's a really good ability to have on Braviary, considering it already hits like a truck. So if it gets Defiant, it will even hit even harder. So Braviary is definitely a solid flying type candidate. But in terms of viability, Staraptor gets next up is accessibility. Staraptor can be found. Staraptor can be catch. Now Staraptor is findable in Sinnoh, Black and it is catchable in Sinnoh. It's also catchable in Sun and Moon. It's obviously available in the remake Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. It's available in Arceus, and it's available in Scarlet and Violet. So it's overall pretty dang accessible. Being the only games you can't get it is of course Black and White. You gotta trade one. Same goes for Black 2 and White 2. You can get one. You can't really get a staraptor. Then obviously X and Y, you can catch Omega Ruby, you need to trade. Sun and Moon, you can get it. Ultra Moon, you need to trade. Pikachu, not available. Sword not available. So, yeah. Next up is Now, Braviary can be caught in Black, which you gotta trade. White, which is pretty easy. Then you can get it in White 2, Route 4. You can't get it in X and Y. You can get it in Omega Ruby, Omega Sapphire. You can get it in Pony Plains. Then in Ultra Moon, you gotta trade in the Moon version. Then you can get it in Sword. You can get it in Shield, and you can get it in Snowpoint Temple, Scarlet, and Violet. Counting it, it seems that Braviary gets the edge. Braviary has is accessible in 8 regions and 8 games, whereas Staraptor is only accessible in 7. So this point goes to Braviary. Shiny. Who has a better shiny? This one is obvious. This point goes to Braviary. Braviary shiny is one of my favorites. It definitely has a solid move. So that is it gonna be for today. Now, as you can see on the screen, you can see who won. Now, first, I want to make sure if your favorite Pokemon lost, there's no need to be sad about it. This is just, I'm doing this for fun, okay? This is not anything too serious, but in the end, I love both these Pokemon. I have a lot of fondness for both of them. I used both of them in my, I used Staraptor and Braviary in my Platinum and White 2 playthrough, respectively, and I love both of them. They're really fun to use, and I definitely recommend that you use them. They're really cool, and that is going to be it for this. Let me know in the comments below, who do you like more? Do you like Staraptor or do you like Braviary? Personally, I'm speaking, I like Staraptor more. It just looks cool and it's way more fun to use. But I love both of them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, take care and